Greetings from down here in soggy Anderson, day 4 of Colts training camp. Now, pretty much the Colts have everybody coming back on offense from last year's squad that went 11-5 and made the playoffs. The one big exception being offensive coordinator Bruce Arians. Arians, of course, took the Arizona Cardinals head coaching job in the offseason. So to replace Arians, Chuck Pagano brought in a guy who's very familiar with Andrew Luck and Coby Fleener, that being former Stanford offensive coordinator Pep Hamilton. What's the biggest adjustment going from an offensive coordinator in college to an offensive coordinator in the NFL?
Well, just the time constraints in the NFL are just as challenging as the time constraints in college. I think the toughest part of my transition so far is not having the padded practices. You know, we're a physical downhill running football team. And we feel like you gotta work on hardening your knuckles, and so that's a big part of who we are, and we need to go out there and grind and pound a little bit.
I would say 98% different as far as terminology. We tried to kind of bring some of the terms from last year into the offense that we ran at Stanford, and so there will be some carryover, but for the most part, it's very different.
Now, life in the NFL, nothing new for Pep Hamilton. He's coached on the offensive side of the ball for the Jets, 49ers, and Bears. And, oh, by the way, worked under former Stanford coach and now 49ers head coach Jim Harbaugh. But this will be the first time Hamilton has ever called plays in the NFL. So we shall see how smooth that transition from college to the pros goes. Now, speaking of transitions, in the second half hour of WFFT Local News First at 10, I got a very interesting story of a guy who's trying to make this team right now, who's currently transitioning from life in the military to life in the NFL. We'll have that coming up in about 20 minutes or so. But for now, reporting from Colts training camp down here in Anderson, Randy Zemnick, WFFT Local News First at 10. Let's send it back off to Christina.